In this video, let us study about the different types of elements of the electrical circuit. So, first let us consider our resistor. Okay, resistor. So, what is resistance? So, a conductor has a property of opposing the current flow, right? The current which is flowing through it. So, it will be opposing the current flow. That is nothing but our resistance. So, resistance, it is directly proportional to length of the conductor and it is inversely proportional to the area of cross section of the conductor. So, if I consider a conductor which has the length L, okay, it has a length L, okay, and then it has area of cross section A, then we can say resistance is directly proportional to length but inversely proportional to the area of cross section. So if I remove this proportionality, that it will give us the proportionality constant, that will be your resistivity. Okay, rho is nothing but it is resistivity. So we can write resistivity is equal to Ra divided by L, and the unit of resistance is ohm and area is meter square, length is meter. So what will be this? It will be ohm meter, which is also written as like this. This is a symbol used for ohm. So resistivity has a unit ohm meter and resistance is ohm. Okay, the inverse of resistance will be what? It is conductance. So conductance is inverse of resistance, that is written as mho. Okay. Then we will consider the different types of elements now. So first one, let us consider the linear and non-linear. Okay. So there are different types. So first is linear and non-linear, bilateral and unilateral elements, passive and active, time variant and time invariant, the last one is lumped and distributed. So these are the different types of elements of the circuit. So let us consider linear and non-linear elements. So when we consider the elements like resistors, inductors, capacitors, these are linear elements, and diode, BJT, MOSFETs, okay, these are non-linear elements. The characteristics of linear elements, it will be a straight line which is passing through the origin. So if you have a straight line which is passing through the origin, then we can consider that as linear element. But if it is a straight line but not passing through origin, then that becomes non-linear. If you have a curve like this, then that also becomes non-linear. Okay, so the linear, so let us consider the characteristics of R, L and C, that is resistor, inductor and capacitor. So let me take V and I. So here the slope, V is equal to IR. So what will be R? It will be equal to V by I. So what is the slope here? The slope here is nothing but it is equal to V by I. So here the slope is equal to resistance. Slope is equal to resistance. So I can consider this as R. Okay. Next, let us consider for inductor, that is Xi plane, straight line passing through origin. Here the slope will be equal to inductance. Then let us consider the capacitor's VI characteristic, QV plane, straight line passing through origin. The slope gives us the value of capacitance. So these are the linear characteristics. So capacitor, resistor, inductor, from the characteristics only we can say that these elements are linear. But when we consider diode, BJTs and MOSFETs, ID, VD, if you have like this, okay, there's somewhere you have a knee voltage, this will be of diode. Then when you consider BJT, IC, VD, this is the characteristics for BJT. This is for diode, this is for BJT. Then you have MOSFET, ID, BCE. This is your MOSFET's characteristic. So this is not a straight line passing through origin, right? So all these are non-linear elements, diode, BJT and MOSFET. So next let us consider bilateral and unilateral elements. So bilateral elements are those elements, like if I consider a resistor, so this is a resistor. In the circuit, I can connect like this or I can connect like this also. Okay, so it doesn't make any difference. So there will be flow of current like in both the directions also, but unilateral, it is strictly in one direction. For example, you consider diode. Okay, the current flow will be restricted in one direction itself. But in resistor, it can flow like this, it can flow like this, it can be, means this terminal, if it was connected here, it was terminal 1 and 2. Now in the circuit, I can connect here with terminal 2 and 1. Okay, that can be interchanged in case of bilateral elements. So your capacitors, inductors, resistors, these all are bilateral elements. So here consider the characteristics now. If this is the first quadrant, this is second quadrant, third quadrant and the fourth quadrant. Okay, this bilateral elements characteristic, it should be symmetric to the origin. If it is not symmetric, then obviously it is not bilateral, it is unilateral. So in this case, if I have like this, okay, there is symmetry about the origin, so I can call this as bilateral. That means bilateral element, it should have the same impedance throughout. But unilateral, if in one region if it has one impedance, in another region if it has another impedance, then it becomes unilateral elements. So in the first quadrant, if I consider this as V, I, what will be your resistance? So these are the positive values of voltage, these are the positive values of current, these are negative values of current, and this one will be negative values of voltage. So you know R is equal to V by I. That means in this case it is positive by positive. That means resistance will be positive. Here resistance will be equal to positive divided by negative. That means it will be negative. Here the resistance, it is equal to negative divided by negative. That means resistance is positive here. In this case, resistance is equal to negative divided by positive, that will be equal to negative. So we can say resistance is positive here, resistance is negative in the second quadrant, this is the first quadrant, second quadrant. Here resistance is positive in third quadrant, resistance is negative in the fourth quadrant. So if you have a characteristic which is passing here, see in this third quadrant it is positive, in the first quadrant also it is positive. That means the resistance is positive throughout, right? So this can be called as bilateral, and it is also symmetric about the origin. So if I consider another line like this, okay, so it is passing through the second and the fourth quadrant. In second quadrant we have resistance negative, and here also we have negative. That means resistance is negative throughout. So this can also be called as bilateral. But what happens if I have a characteristic like this? See, this is first quadrant, this is second quadrant. The resistance is positive here, the resistance is negative here. That means the resistance or the impedance, whatever is there, it is changing, right? It's not constant throughout, means it's not positive throughout. Here it is positive, here it is negative. In such cases, it will be called as unilateral elements. Or if you have a characteristic like this, here also, see, it is positive, here it is negative. In this case also, it is in one region it is negative, in another region it is positive. So this is also unilateral. This is also unilateral. Okay, so now let us consider the third one, that is passive and active elements. So passive elements, resistor, inductor, capacitors, these all are passive elements, because active elements are those elements which will be delivering energy, but passive elements, they will be absorbing energy. But in inductors and capacitors case, under transient conditions, what happens when they are discharging, okay, the capacitor is discharging, it will be supplying energy, right? It is not absorbing that time, it is supplying energy or delivering energy. In such cases, the inductor or capacitor, they become active elements, not passive elements. Okay, so active means we can consider battery, voltage source, current source, generators. So they are all examples for active. Resistor, inductors, capacitors, these are all examples for the passive elements. So passive elements, now I will consider the characteristic here. Okay, so it is passing through origin. Here you can see from the previous diagram I said, in first quadrant resistance is positive, here the resistance is negative, resistance is positive, here it is negative. Now this is a linear one because it is a straight line and it is positive throughout, so this is bilateral. Okay, so when it comes to passive and active, see here, power here is equal to what? It is equal to what? It's positive. Power here, that is, here we have positive values of voltage, positive values of current, here negative values of current, here we have negative values of voltage. You know P is equal to V into I, or it can also be written as I square R. So from this we can say, if R is positive, power is positive here. Okay, then we will be having here, that is P is equal to V into I, it will be negative. Here again it is positive. Here power is equal to negative. So this is in terms of power now. Power is negative. Here power is positive. See, if the power is positive, that means it is absorbing energy. If power is negative, it is delivering energy. If power is negative, it is delivering energy, and it can be called as active. If power is positive, it is absorbing energy, then it is passive. So if it comes in first and the third quadrant, what happens? It will be passive because power is positive, here also it is positive. So we can call this as passive element. Then if it is like this, this will be, here it is negative, here also it is negative. So this becomes active. But what if you have positive in one and negative in another case? Positive. So if you have power negative in any one of the quadrants, okay, that characteristic or that element, it will become active. It becomes active. It's passive only when it passes through the first and the third quadrant. But if you get a characteristic like this, that is for a tunnel diode, it has a characteristic like this. Okay, tunnel diode has a characteristics like this. So in this case, you will tell it is passing through first quadrant and here it is third quadrant. So it is positive on both the sides. So it will be passive. But no, it's not passive. See, when you consider the slope of this is your V1, and if I consider this as V2, okay. If I consider this as V1 and V2, in this region you have decreasing line, right? So there if I find out the slope, so if it is like this, it is decreasing, then what happens? Your slope will be negative in this case. It will be negative in this case. Slope is negative is nothing but, see here in this case IV plane, slope will be equal to 1 by R. If slope is negative, the resistance is also negative. If resistance is negative, power is negative. That means here this tunnel diode, it is supplying energy. Okay, it is supplying energy. Because power is negative. Just because it is in first quadrant and it is in third quadrant, it does not become passive element. It is active element because here the slope is negative in this case. In the interval V1 to V2, we will be having the negative slope. So in such cases, it becomes active element. So we should be very careful when we get such type of characteristics. Okay. Next comes time variant and time invariant. Time invariant is nothing but if it is having a single characteristic. Okay, so if it is like this, only one characteristic, okay, if it is there, then we will call this as time invariant. Time variant means we will be having multiple characteristics. In such cases, it will be called as time variant. Next is lumped and distributed elements. Lumped means, see, all the elements, if they are concentrated at a particular point, they will be concentrated. So here I can consider this one only. Okay, so this I can call it as lumped. Okay, these are physically separable. I can separate the elements, right? But in distributed network, what happens is, like if I have a conductor, here everywhere it is distributed. The elements are distributed and they are not physically separable. That is in case of distributed elements. But here these are physically separable in the lumped network. Okay, so these are the different types of elements, and just by seeing the VI characteristics, we have to check if it is passive or active, bilateral, unilateral, linear, non-linear, and we will be solving it in the next video.